3 messages before today's interview educates and motivates you. First, if you're a domain name investor, don't you have unique legal needs that require domain name technical know-how and industry experience? That's why you need David Westlow of Wiley Ryan. Go search for David Westlow on Domain Sherpa, watch his interview, and you can see for yourself that he can clearly explain issues, can help you with buy-sell agreements, deal with website content issues and UDRP actions, and even help you write your website terms and conditions. David Westlow is the lawyer to call for internet legal issues. See for yourself at newmediaip.com. Second, managing multiple domain name marketplace and auction site accounts is a pain. Inevitably, you forget to sign into one and you lose a great domain, or worse. Now imagine using a single, simple to use and comprehensive control panel to manage all of your accounts. That's Protrata. You can set up search filters, analyze domains, automate bidding, list domain names for sale, buy domains across all major marketplaces. Protrata also has a new semantic engine that builds Google-friendly websites with rich content and network feeds. Sign up at protrata.com to get 20 free credits and start building and monetizing your domains today. Finally, if you have questions about domain names, where should you go to ask them? The answer is dnforum.com. Not only is DN Forum the largest domain name forum in the world, it's the best. You can learn about domain names and the industry, buy and sell domain names, talk about the domain name news that's happening in the industry, and even meet domainers just like yourself. Register for a free DN Forum account and begin advancing your skills and knowledge today. And when you do sign up, send me a friend request so we can connect on DN Forum. Here's your program. Hey everyone, my name is Michael Seiger and I'm the publisher of DomainSherpa.com, the website where you come to learn how to become a successful domain name entrepreneur directly from the experts. For people that love to launch new products, websites, services, or offerings, today's show is sexy, interesting, and exciting. It's sexy because it involves building out a geo-domain in one of the most affluent areas of the world, the French Riviera. We're going to learn about a brand new offering, FrenchRiviera.com, how it was acquired, what plans are for development, how revenue will be generated, and how branding will be accomplished. Joining us to share his strategy and tactics is Toby Hardy, the Chief Executive Officer of FrenchRiviera.com Media Group. Toby, welcome to the show.
Michael, it's delightful. I'm glad you extended the invitation.
Toby, for those watching the show that have heard of French Riviera but don't know exactly where it is, where is the French Riviera?
Southern France. It actually goes from the Italian border on the east all the way west, some would say, to Saint-Tropez, and others would say even further west to Marseille.
So it's basically a region. It's not a country. It's not a region within one particular country. It's sort of, well, it is within France, but it actually includes Monaco, which is its own little entity.
It is a principality, about 30,000 in population, very lucrative tax-free environment. Prince Albert II is the current ruler of the principality, and it's very tiny. And there's more buildings, and they use every square inch of that real estate like I've never seen before.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right, so south of France, no official boundary, but it extends from one area to another. Why is this area so desirable from a geo-domain standpoint?
We had the opportunity to buy this site or buy the name 3 years ago. Mm-hmm. I had never been there. One of our team members had been there twice in their younger years, if you will. But it was such an iconic brand, known worldwide, mm-hmm. that it was too good and too lucrative to pass up. I have been almost amazed beyond my limits of how phenomenal the, as you said, affluence, but the beauty of the region and the history going back to the Romans and the Greeks. It's just an area that is astounding.
Yeah. And so, I went to Wikipedia to look up some information. I saw that it's an enormous population in the whole French Riviera, probably somewhere in a couple million range, maybe more.
We're using the 2 million mark, plus or minus.
Yep.
Obviously, that seasonality, plays into it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
You go back in the years past, the Brits would come down and would be in certain areas, and different groups from Europe would go there. Obviously, the 300 days of sunshine. If you ask all of the surveys, that is the number one driver why people go to the Riviera, believe it or not.
Well, I can believe it. Living up here in Seattle, that sounds pretty desirable to me on a lot of the days. So we got 300 days of sunshine. It's
Yes.
I've read 71 miles of coastline and beaches, a bunch of golf courses. There's ski resorts there also?
There is ski resorts within a mile and a half, or excuse me, an hour and a half from Cannes or Nice, if you care to go up and ski in essentially the extension of the Swiss and French Alps.
Wow.
So
and then, of course, you mentioned Cannes, which has the Cannes Film Festival.
Coming up next month.
I also read that the French Riviera is, according to the development agency out there, each year the Riviera hosts 50% of the world's super yacht fleet and 90% of all super yachts visiting the region's coast at least once in their lifetime. Like, that's just phenomenal. You're not talking about just rich people or mega rich people. You're talking about like the ultra rich people in the world who own these super yachts and they're spending their time in the French Riviera.
I'm fascinated by that whole subject you bring up. Paul Allen, up very close to you there in Seattle,
yes.
Co-founder of Microsoft, has a big presence in the Mediterranean, owns Octopus, which is a 423 foot plus or minus beautiful yacht with 2 heliports on it. Has a team of ex-Navy SEALs that essentially are his entourage, if you will, besides normal crew. He has a full-time berth at Antibes at the big marina. And then the newest and greatest is Eclipse, which is Roman Abramovich of Russia, now in London, and owns the Chelsea soccer team. And it came out, he took delivery of that, I believe, in December of 10, and it was just down, he had it down at St. Martin for the big New Year's celebration, and all the stars, George Lucas and Martha Stewart and Bon Jovi and all the others were in attendance. And he had the Eclipse and his 2 other yachts there also to help in accommodations and what have you. It's over a little over 500 feet. It is the longest yacht in the world. It has a paparazzi, anti-paparazzi laser. It has
a laser.
Has a submarine. He has on the bridge and on the master suite, they're bulletproof glass. Sure. He has an anti-missile system on it. It is built for any kind of contingency you can imagine. But it's, if you go up on Google, you'll see it. It's an amazing ship.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So I also read another interesting piece of information about the people that go to that area. And I may have pulled it off one of your media kits. I can't remember where I got it. But the people that travel to the French Riviera, they take on average 3 vacations a year?
Yes.
Is that was that an appropriate number?
Yes, and even probably we went to a luxury travel expo last December. One of the new uh, innovations that's kind of coming on itself is now it isn't just 3 vacations a year. They're doing maybe one of those 3 is multi-generational, which in this case would be your mom and dad,
Mm-hmm.
your children, and if you're old enough, maybe your grandchildren, and you go in an entourage or a group of 10, maybe 15 people.
Yeah.
So it becomes a new innovation, not an innovation, it's a new direction that the travel agency is heading right now. So
Yeah, unbelievable. So what kinds of things are people in this area, you know, the end users of FrenchRiviera.com, what kind of companies would want to advertise to reach this type of market?
we are looking. I'd have to go to kind of my shopping center experience of years ago. I'm going. The direction it's will be an institutional grade site. I want all of the one of the bank cards, one of the airlines, whether it's Air France, British Airways, American Express, Visa, MasterCard, one of the cruise lines. And again, this is for homepage, high visibility banner opportunities. But and then the list goes on. You could be with Bose for the headsets that when you're going over. If you don't have a GPS in your car in the Riviera, it's very dangerous.
All right, so ultra expensive. You know, the getting there, how you spend your money, how you travel there and back, what kinds of amenities you want while you're traveling there, and a lot of the restaurants, hotels, and services that are in the French Riviera.
The 2 big things in our site that's very special is, one, we offer 3 to 21 day itineraries. Never been there before.
Yeah.
You've done a little research, but you don't know what you'd like to do. Here's an opportunity where we give you some ideas tailored to what your preferences are. The second thing is the calendar of events. That we're really looking for down the line that will be one of the what we would call luxury retail advertisers, the LTVA or LVMH, Hermes, David Yorman, people that have the means that would like to travel there. We think this is a great opportunity where they can do one-stop shopping and cover all those bases.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, Toby, this sounds exciting, and I want to dig into all of the information, like from when you bought the domain name to how long you sat on it to how you came up with the idea, everything in the middle. But first, I want to take a step back and find out what you were doing before you invested in the Riviera's internet real estate. So I went onto LinkedIn, I did some research like I always do, and I see that you used to be, or currently are, you tell me, a real estate developer, physical real estate.